I've been waiting all day to get back to this. So, Isometric Police Station, this is where we left off, and we're going to go and we're going to model some lockers and some kind of telephone here, or part of it. Okay, here we go. We got a plane. Now we got to be careful with our scale in this. And I have a tendency to make it, I don't know, too big. I don't know. Okay, let's start with that. Let's look from the front and extrude it up. Again, this is cartoonish, so this is not necessarily going to look exactly like the real thing by any means. Okay, now I'm going to bring an edge loop in here near the front for the front door. I'm going to select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and we're going to bevel. Control B and pull. I'm going to put a total of 5 segments in there. I'm going to grab the top and the bottom, and we're going to bevel that like that, and then I'm going to grab that and I might bring it a bit closer. Control B, roll my mouse back to 0, E and Alt S, and I'm going to pull to make a little indent. Select those edges and Control B to bevel that, and I'll put a couple segments in there. Okay, so there's a start. Now, relative to that chair, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger, and I'm going to make it a bit taller. We'll see. Okay, let's just focus on that. Alright, so I'm going to select that and Shift S cursor to selected to bring my cursor there. And I'm going to bring in another plane. And I'm going to make some holes in it. And it's not going to look exactly like the real thing, like I said already. Rotate X90. But hopefully it'll look like something. Let's scale these down. Bring this up near there. I might put something on the top, so let's scale that in the Z, make them a little bit narrower. 1 to go into vertex selection, zoom in, Shift Control B to bevel, pull. I've got 3, I want 4, 5, and then I'll just back off a bit. I just want those rounded like that. Okay, pull it in a bit. Let's extrude back in the Y, select it all, and push it in. I'm going to make some holes with that. Okay, look from the front. Let's add an array. We're going to go in the Z negative direction, so I'm pulling to the left. I'm going to make the X 0, and we'll do, I don't know, maybe that many. Let's give it a little bit more space. Check that out. Okay, maybe it will go up higher. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to select my main body here, choose Boolean, fast, and select these and apply. I can get rid of those, and I have this. Now I'm going to come in, select all these faces, and I could switch to individual origins, scale in the X a little bit, and scale in the Z. That'll independently make them go up and down like that. Let's get rid of that. Let's say we do that. I don't know if that'll even be visible in any way. Now, the weird part, edge selection, Shift Alt and click the outer edge. The weird part is beveling this because of the way I did the Boolean, and it may or may not work. So, especially these ones. Let's have a look at this. Control B. Yeah, because you see, we got a problem there. And so what I'm going to do is, watch this, if I Shift Control, well, I did get all that there. Maybe it was this one. Yeah. I'm going to delete those faces. And then we're going to try again. First of all, Shift Alt and click in edge select. Actually, let's select it all and merge by distance. Now there's nothing there. Okay, this may work better. I'm holding Shift and Alt and clicking the edges. Okay, I'm going to extrude just straight back. I'm just going to do that. Let's try again. Hold Shift and Alt and click all the way around. Let's have another go at this. See, it worked a little bit better. Still are having a problem here. Right here. Okay, let's look at that. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something else. Let's try just joining those to give support, and then let's try getting rid of that. Dissolve that edge. Let's see if that does anything. Let's just do this one. See how she takes. Okay, and this looks a little bit better. So let's just make sure that we got all of our edges as we do this. Okay, let's try that again. I think that's okay. It's not looking nice here. I take it back. Let's go back. All right, so in that case, I'm going to play around here. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to join that one, and I'm going to join that one, and I am going to join that one. And in edge selection, I'm going to select now these edges and see if I can get rid of them. And let's see if I can leave that one. Nah, sorry for the delay here. And sometimes it goes like that. I've got to click a little bit more to get it. Well, we should get it eventually. It's not the greatest modeling. I'll look over here later. Let's have a look and see what that does. I'm going to shade smooth that, but we're going to have to do some other stuff. I'm going to put a bevel on. I'm going to switch to angle, and I'm also going to do weighted normal, and under normals, auto smooth. And that's what we get. So we got that going. So, okay. Had to do a bit of work, but we got what we wanted. And in the end, of course, I didn't do that thing on the inside. Maybe I'll try that again. See if it looks any good. Let's switch back to individual origins. Look from the front. Let's scale in the X. Let's scale in the Z. I mean, you know, might catch just a little bit more light. Let's scale some more in the Z. Nah, okay, it's doing that. Why is it doing that? Well, that's okay. I'm all right with that. Okay. Let's go with that and save. And let's do something for the lock. Let's rotate X90. I'm going to do something there. Scaling the X a little bit. Yeah, okay. Let's pull that out. And I'm going to round this, of course, as well. Shift Control B and pull. I want 5. That's good enough there. Extrude it back. maybe I need to make sure I'm sure it's okay, but let's push that in. And let's just see, is that what I want? Let's go up a little bit higher. Let's go up about there. Yeah, all right, good enough. Okay, come to the body and minimize those Boolean. I'm going to drag it up to the top. I'm going to choose fast, and then I'm going to select this and apply. I'm just going to hide that for the moment for any reason I need, and I don't think I do. But now I'm going to come in here, and you can see the edges that the bevel is made, or the Boolean, sorry. I'm going to grab that, and let's see if we can bevel this. Shifts the edges around a little bit. I have a bit of a problem down there. Okay. So, what I can do is I can, look from the front, use the knife tool. That's about a bit. I can try this. I can just come over here and try dissolving that and seeing if that helps. What you want is you want them to come perpendicular off your edge for a decent bevel. Let's see if that has helped or not. This one here is getting moved along, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So we have that. And what I thought I would do is I may come in and I may push that back, give myself a bit more room. Let's make sure my cursor is there. In fact, I might use that piece. Yeah, let's do that. Well, actually, I got that, don't I? Let's get rid of that. Although I could have just used it. Shift-D, let's pull it out. Look from the front. And let's break it out. And go into wireframe mode. Let's take it and take these vertices and pull them up. I'm not sure I want it like this. Let's try scale this in the X. I'm going to push it under, give it a bit of thickness, get rid of that back face. There it is. It's got a bevel on it, so it might look a little weird. That would be like the metal plate that would be in there. Okay, it's going to need more thickness now that I think about it. And let's also flip it in case. Let's grab that edge, pull it just right back in, and let's just get rid of all this stuff here. Get rid of this. And then I can come in here and I can bevel that on my own with like just a few segments. Okay, so I can put auto smooth back on and weighted normal. So I have that, and then in there I'll do a lock. So let's just go for like 18 vertices. I may need to change the size of that, and that's okay. Rotate X90. Something like that. So let's do this. Let's extrude out. Come back here. So that sort of thickness of the lock, and then we're going to extrude out again, but we'll scale it in like that. And then we'll do that, and then extrude out one more time and scale it. I have to make a face and bevel that, and grab this edge. We'll bevel that a little bit and put an edge loop over here. Let's take this C and S and let's just close it. Bevel there, and let's just see if we put Control 2 on it. How's this looking? I think I need another. You know, it's just something real simple. Hope it looks a little bit like a lock. Y, make it a little flatter. And then what I'll do is I'll bring in a plane to make the, what is it, the loop thing? I don't know what you call that thing right now. Get roughly centered. I'm going to scale that in the X and sort of say, okay, that's roughly the dimensions I would go for, like that. And in wireframe, actually, I don't need that long. I'm going to get rid of that edge. Let's get out of wireframe again. And then we'll select it. And just actually these two right there. Shift Control B to bevel, pull. What happened? Oh, Shift Control B. I did the wrong thing. I'm going to pull till it looks pretty curved, and then just roll my mouse up a bunch of times. Just do something like that. That's it. Object, convert to curve, and a curve dialog box. Under Geometry, bevel, give it some thickness. That's actually too wide, I see now, I think. Yeah, so I'll come back in, and I'm just going to scale in the X. I'll shade smooth. Where's that? I'll even control one. Yeah. Let me just think about this for a second. Yeah, I still think it's too wide. Yeah, okay. Something like that. It's a little deformed the way I'm doing it, but that's okay. Let's see, what if I got rid of those vertices? Does that make it any better? Doesn't really. I don't think I got rid of the right ones anyhow. Or maybe these ones. Alright, fine. Okay. Yeah. Well, the more I look at this, it's okay. We're gonna see it from such a far distance away. So, okay. One of the things that I want to do is maybe we can take a piece of this curve to do it. Just grab anything, Shift D, bring it up, P to break it out. I'm gonna get rid of the subdivision surface on that. And I am going to scale it down like that and look at the vertices and delete those ones and take these and extrude them. What happened there? Extrude them up like that. F to join them, A to select it all, F to make a face, and I'm going to rotate Z 90. And then I think I will scale this in the Y to make it like that, and E extrude and give it some thickness. I think I might just make one. And I'm going to get rid of the top, we don't need it. And then I'm going to select the outer edges and bevel. Control B, pull, and I don't know how many segments, just just give it a few. And we'll shade smooth that. Let's come in and Alt N, recalculate outside to make sure our polys are facing the right way. And I was thinking, that could go under. So let me see how much room I have. Okay, so I don't. I just want to see if I can get this back in. Okay, so I'm going to move this piece back further. And then see if I can move that in a bit more. Okay. Keep going into edit mode. How's that? It's pretty deep in there, eh? Yeah. But that's the general idea of what I wanted to do. How would it look with two? Let's set the cursor to there, make that center, and come in and pull it out just to like there. Probably have to go more. Okay, yeah, we'll, oh yeah, and set the origin to the 3D cursor. So like any better, you'll never see that from far back. You just never. But all right, whatever. Do I want to have like a lock or something? Maybe not a lock, but a key thing. Let's use a circle again, just to add some more detail to this. Shift D, pull it up, scale it. P, do another Boolean, just to really break this model. Just pull that over here. Don't make it too small, it's just not visible. But get rid of the subdivision surface. I have to make a face. Extrude it back in. That might be flipped, I don't know. All right, let's try it. So, Boolean, drag it to the top, fast, select it, apply. Well, let's not get rid of it. Let's take it and scale it. Scale it in the Y as well. And just like push it in there. Okay. So it looks kind of funny, so let's have a look over here. Face orientation. Oh, my lock is backwards, so let's do that. That's okay. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Let's hide that. Okay, it's just that, let's get rid of that face. Bring that back. And then let's bevel this. Okay, that should help if it takes a nice bevel, which it does. And really, if I put bevel on it, it'll end up looking better. Just drag the bevel up there and switch to angle. Bring that back, and we'll just we'll scale it. No, not that much. You know, it's another little detail there. And sometimes the lockers have little holes down on the bottom as well, and sometimes they're off to the side. And so, just to continue with the theme, actually, I said I was going to do something up here, didn't I? So what I like to do is I just like to come in and grab something that I can use. Shift D, P. And then it sometimes has the modifiers on it that I'm going to want to use anyhow. Okay. Shift Control B, bevel it a bit. Something like that. Give it just a little bit of thickness. Delete that face. Pull it back and slap it on there. So look any good there? Maybe scale it a bit. Okay, well it's there. Double check. Yeah. And that looked a little bit fishy. There we go. I could probably use that to make the holes down here. So let's Shift D and move it down. P to break it out. Let's zoom in on that. If I'm going to do a Boolean, it's usually best to have a back on this. So let's drag these out and F to make a face, that's fine. And get rid of the stuff here. But decide if I like it like this. I think I want small ones, so I'm going to look from the front, go into wireframe. And I don't want to change the curvature too much, so I'm going to do box selecting. Like that. I think I'm going to move it off to the side and see what it's like. Let's just see what it would look like if we arrayed this. We'll go in the negative Z again. And this 0x. Maybe 3. And we'll come in. I don't know. Let's try it though. So select here, Boolean, top, fast, those, apply, delete, come in, and we'll probably be faced with the same thing. So maybe it wasn't worth doing, I don't know. We'll try selecting the edges and seeing if we can get an okay bevel. Yeah, that's what I get. Okay. I think it's too deep for my liking, so I'm going to go into wireframe 1, box select, and do something like that. I think I like that better. Save, slash key to bring stuff back. And actually, yeah, I should have just selected it all. Okay, I'm going to select all these pieces and start putting it into a collection. Let's start with that. New collection, locker. Down here, let's hide, see if I'm missing anything. I don't seem to be. So let's take this, and in the viewport, let's just make it, you know, not quite block or anything, but kind of close. Leave those silver, and take that and make it like green. Nah, maybe not. And that's what I get. That's my locker. Okay. Is that too small? And so this is why I have the chair here. So I'm going to take this chair. And I am going to Shift D and G and just put a chair over there. And as I look at this, I need to make some adjustments to this locker. First of all, I'm going to scale it. And that actually puts it on the floor as well. Or around the floor. And maybe that's okay. In fact, I might want to make an adjustment on this chair and make it a bit smaller or bring the back down a little bit. I was thinking about that before. So with that done though, I'm going to look from the front. I want a telephone over there. So I'm going to slide you in, Mr. Locker, Shift D. So we're duplicating here. We're not instancing this thing. So I'm going to have a lot of polys all over the place. And the placing's not going to be exact. I'm not arraying it. I'm just doing that. And we have that. Okay, now this is starting to bug me as I look at this. And so I'm going to come in and in wireframe, I'm going to box select. And I'm just going to pull it down. Not too much. I'm going to look from the top as well. And let's see. I think I want to make sure that I'm just in the chair. I'm going to box select there. Actually, I'm going to pull that in a little bit as well. And having done that, I don't know if that even made barely any change, but I'm going to come in here now and I'm going to box select those parts of the curve. I want to pull this under. And now take these. All right, well, it's a cartoon. Okay, so I've changed this chair, so I'm gonna get rid of this chair here. Okay, onto the telephone. Hope these aren't too wide. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna look from the front and select my cursor. I just click right about there, come back. And we're gonna bring in a plane. I may not get the entire phone done. Let me just get part of it. Rotate Y90. I want a piece like that. I'm going to take these guys here. Come on. Pull them out. Okay. Maybe not quite that long. I'm not sure, so let's just see. Let's bring it outside of the 3D cursor because I'm going to mirror anyhow. Let's extrude it out this way. Make it maybe that thick. 2 for edge selection. Select that. Control B. And bevel it quite a bit. And yeah, I was holding shift down for that, so I didn't need to. There we go. And let's roll the mouse up, getting it nice and smooth. Grab this one and do another one, just not quite as much, like that. And before I go on, slash key to focus on it. 3 for face selection and delete that face. Now 2 for edge selection. Select the edges and we'll give them a bevel. Control B, pull. I don't know how many edges I've got. Let's roll back to there. 1, 2, 3 is probably enough. Shade smooth. And is that straight? Yeah. Okay, let's worry about shading later. Let's just bring that into the wall, pretend that's there. And let's set the origin to the 3D cursor, which is right there, and give it a mirror. And I'm going to need, I think, a bit more room than that, like that. We'll see. Okay, let's go on plane and start making the part of the phone. Rotate X90 from the front. And the phone's going to start up about there. Scale this in the X. And come down. I want a couple shelves in here. I don't want it too wide, so I might bring these in. We'll see. All right. Let's go ahead and in edit mode and vertices, Shift Control B and start beveling this. I'm just making it big so I can see how many vertices I have. Okay, I've got my 5. And I'm just gonna do that. Extrude it out to give it some thickness like that. Press 3 for face selection. Go ahead and bevel. Use the same number of segments. I'm even gonna bevel the back. Just because I don't care about polys. Now I think these are going to stick out too far, and that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll scale them in the wide. I'll change the curvature, but I think I'm okay. Push them back in, you know, that kind of a thing. Yeah, before I go any further though, let's make those shelves. So let's just take a piece that's that's just a quad. Shift D, pull it out, P to break it out. And let's scale that in the X so that it goes in. And I'll grab this back, and that's going to go all the way to the back, or pretty close. Let's take that, look from the front, and we'll extrude it down to make a shelf. Take the whole thing, pull it up, and try to imagine 2 of them with a phone book in between. Okay, that's all right. Bring that back a bit. Okay, let's focus just on that. We're going to get rid of, in face selection, those faces, those 3 faces there. And then I come in and select those edges in edge selection, and Control B, pull. And it's a piece of wood, but a little bit rounded. All right, and just to be sure, I'll put on weighted normal and auto smooth. And we should also do this. Okay, we're good. Bring that back. Look from the front, Shift D, and drag another one down. In fact, we're going to use this to make the book. So let's just do that right now, just because we can. So let's take one of these. Let's come in, select a little bit, Control L to select what's linked, Shift D and duplicate, pull it out. Already looks a bit like a book. Break it out, and we have that. Let's just focus on that, and let's look from the side in wireframe and box select. I am in wireframe, am I not? I may not have been. And let's just drag that down. That's a solid view. Okay, let's scale this in the X. Let's make it a little bit more book-like. I don't really need to round that any more than that. That's good enough. I'm happy with that. So let's set the origin of geometry. And let's try solidify. Let's get rid of all this junk for now. Okay, let's solidify. And let's come outwards and shade flat. I'll put on even thickness. I'm holding down shift so I don't move too quick. Let's do something like that, cartoony. Let's go ahead and apply. And then come back in and in edge selection, select these vertical edges here. Bevel them. Control B, pull. Yeah, okay. And then all the edges going all the way around it. And we just have to be careful that we get everything. Like back here. And nothing else. Okay. Control B. There we go. The shade smooth. And we'll put on our weighted normal and our auto smooth. And we get that. I'm going to select all of this and bring my 3D cursor there. I'm going to add a plane, scale it down, and make the paper on the inside. Extrude it. And just shape it the way I want. Scale this in the X. I don't want it coming all the way out on either end. Just like that. Okay, that's going to be fine for my purposes. It could come out a bit more, I suppose. And then I'll just grab these edges here. I will just bevel those. Now, if we really wanted to, we could take this, just focus on that, and I could get rid of the top and the bottom faces. I could probably get rid of the back face as well, if that was the back. Was that the back? Hope it wasn't the front. Yeah. Okay. I'll shade smooth on that, and we'll just double check here. Okay. This stuff, it looks flipped. We'll deal with that more in a bit. Okay. Let's take this and this and scale it a bit. Let's rotate Z 90 minus. And just start positioning this. And that's going to be the phone book. Let's see if I want it almost all the way in. Does it come through the other side of the wall? Let's look from the top. And it looks like it's sort of going into the wall. So let's scale this in the Y a bit. Drag it off center just a little bit. Okay. Okay. I want to revisit this, and I want to scale this in the X a little bit thinner. And yeah, so far so good. Let's start putting some colors on this. So I'll come over to this stuff, and over here I'm going to click here, click on hex, select that, and Control C to copy it. And I'll come over here and in the hex, select there, Control V, and paste. And I'll do the same on that. So we have that. And this part I'm going to just make like yellow. I'll leave that. Okay, so cartoony. Yes, it is. Okay, now let's go back to the phone itself. So, what did I just do? This thing, let's focus on that. I'm going to control plus a few times to get to there, and I'm going to make it a bit thicker. Okay, so for this, I'm going to select this face, and I'm going to Shift D to duplicate it, pull it out a bit, P to break it out, look from the front, scale it in just a little bit. And we're going to make like a metal plate, so I'm going to extrude back, and I'll go ahead and I'll delete that, and we will bevel this and select it and scale on the Y. It's a bit thick. I'm going to push it back in like that. We can come in here now and start messing around with this. I'll add weighted normal and auto smooth, and I'm not going to do that yet to this piece. Okay, so I want to do a few things on this. I think I need to see some colors first so I can remember what part is what. So make that sort of blackish. And yeah, okay, so metal plate. I'm going to take this. I don't want it quite that big though. So I'm going to bring it up, because underneath it, you know, the phone here, I'm going to have some numbers and a little view screen, and like where you put the coin. Underneath it, the coin return and the box where the coins would go in. So I want that down there. And so I just want my metal plate to be there. Like that, I think. And like I said, the metal plate, let's see. I will just do a new one. Okay, select that, Shift S, cursor to selected, bring in a plane, and this is get going on this thing. So we'll view screen. All right, scale in Z. I'm going to set these all up first, I think. So we're going to have like a view screen here. And then we're going to have a number pad. So let's Shift D and duplicate that before I do any curvature. I have a number pad, the coin thing, and the phone. I don't know how big those should be yet, so let's take this, Shift D, pull it down here and scale it. Scale that in Z. This one's going to be a real small one for where the coin goes in. Scale in Z. And it doesn't have to be perfectly on. If I select it all, we could try beveling it all at the same time. Shift Control B and pull. I want 5. If I do that, how's my bottom one? Oh hell, it's alright. Okay, let's give it some thickness. Flip it in case it needs to, so it's poking in there now, right? Hell, let's pull it through. Alright, that's what we got. And then the phone there. Let's try that. Let's select this metal plate, Boolean, fast, select that, and go ahead and apply. I'm not going to get rid of this yet. Let's go ahead and bevel this stuff if we can. So I want to deselect any edges that are selected that I don't want. So I'm going to come around and I'm going to see if I can bevel all of it at the same time. So I got the edges of where the coin thing would be. That might be pretty big. This area, I do something else with that. So let's just go ahead and Control B. No, we got problems. See up here, we got problems. Well, all right. Well, it's time to start fixing stuff up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of these and I'm going to come up. I'll just come up to there. And then I'm going to delete, not delete, but dissolve that edge. I think maybe I will just go a little bit at a time, and we'll just see what else needs to be done. Get rid of that. How's this one doing? Oh, it's not doing well at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to delete those faces. Sometimes I see the way that didn't select it all, and then sometimes I have to just rebuild it myself. And I'll also try merge by distance. Didn't get rid of anything. Let's go back in now and give this some depth again and see if that solved it. And if not, I will do some stuff and try to work some fixes for this. Or maybe, oh, I didn't get that. See, that makes me suspicious. Suspicious mind. Yes, that made me suspicious. Alright, let's hope I got everything right. E to extrude, Y, pull in, a ways. We're back to where we were. Except I did that. So, let's just have a look at this. See this one. Oh, that's going better. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that's going better. Okay, so I'll leave that selected, and I'll reselect this stuff, and I'll reselect that stuff, and we will just go to it. Just a little bit of a bevel to catch some light. That's my coin thing. Okay. Yeah, Alt-H, bring that stuff back. Go in. I could probably use some of this stuff, so let's do that. Let's delete those faces and just take this. I'm going to break it out because I don't want to put a separate color on that. I'm going to pull that in. Just like that. We can do something with that. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'll bring it out. I don't care. Let's scale that in the Y. For this one, I want that in like that. It's going to be like a piece of metal. Put the buttons on there. This one, let's just go ahead right now and make this like something like that. And this one, I just don't know. Set the origin geometry. Oh, I got a couple things. Okay. Let's just let's break that one out. So we got just just that. Yeah. Okay. Let's scale this into Y. Should I? Well, we're going to shade smooth this, and I'm going to work on this. No, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll work on this. What do we got? We got nothing. So let's try weighted normal and auto smooth. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now we'll take this, Shift S, cursor to selected, and we're going to build some buttons. Rotate X 90. And this video is going on for a while. I'm having fun, but I don't want it to be too long. Sorry for that. And let's extrude back. Let's scale out though, and let's select all these edges now, and Control B, put in some segments, and do the same for this one. And then we'll shade smooth, and we'll do what we usually do: weighted normal and auto smooth. Okay. Recalculate outside. And what are you doing? Okay, yeah, we want to get rid of this back face. Okay. Let's try pushing that in. a little bit big. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to array this in the X 3 and give it a little bit of space. And let's see how it goes now. To get 4, so I'm going to switch over to individual origins. S the scale. I don't have to. I am in the array. So, okay, that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is Shift D. I'm going to duplicate it down. Shift D. I'm just eyeing it. Shift D, and I'll change the size of this space right here. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. So I'm going to select both of them. No, I'm not. I'm going to select that one and go into wireframe 1, and I will carefully make sure I select all of this, and I will pull that in. I want to pull the other side in, I think, instead. I'll do it like that. And I'll come over here. I'll pull that in. And then I'll take my buttons. That has changed well relative to that, but I think that's okay. And I was just wondering if maybe I need some bolts on this. I'll show you what I'm getting at. I don't know that I do. But I don't know that I don't either, so that's what happens. And I'll extrude back. I'll get rid of that face. And I'll take this face and Control B and just like have like one segment or something. It'll be so small. I'm gonna give you a problem, and I gotta put all these modifiers on here. Oh, what did I do? Okay. I was just thinking, you know, in the 4 corners. Yeah, like that. And you know, what I could do is I could select something that's central, that's not messed up. Shift S, bring my 3D cursor there, and I could set the origin of the 3D cursor, and then I could mirror this like that. I don't think I could mirror to the bottom of that, could I? No, okay. And then I'll just copy them. Something like that, I don't know. I'm going to select all that and slash go back. And M, new collection, I'm going to call this phone. And now let's see if I got everything in the phone. And let's see if I even like the size of that so far. Yeah. And then I put the phone there. Oh, I'm not done though, am I? Okay. I'm not done. Okay. The coin stuff. Yeah, geez, I'm not done. Alright, select that edge, Shift S, cursor selected. Yeah, it'll look even better, I hope. Plane again. Plane is my hero object. Rotate X 90. Scale it. Scale in the Z. Let's just position this. Okay, I'm gonna have the coin thing there. Coin return. Yeah, okay, like that. And I'll do both of them at the same time. Okay, Shift D. Let's pull that out. Scale this in the X. That's the coin return, or that's where the coins are stored. You know what? I don't know if I want it the same. Do I? Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Alright, just to keep this going, let's bevel these. Shift Control B. There's 3, 4, 5. I like to go for 5. Extrude them back. Take them all. Push them in. Is that where I want them? That's where they're going. Main body. Boolean. Up. Fast. Select. Apply. Hide. We'll select just that. And you know, see the way you can't see it very well? And I have the cavity shader on and the shadow. So that's why I do the bevel. Or I try to do the bevel. And we see how it goes. Deselect that. Hold Shift and Alt to get all that. Cross your fingers. See that? It's kind of ugly. Okay. Okay, we can do better than that, can't we now? So we want it perpendicular. We don't want that. The knife tool. Click on there. Hold down or press. Press C to constrain. Come to there. Select that. Dissolve that edge. I don't think we like that one either. I don't like it. So I'm going to press 1 for vertex selection. K for the knife tool. Press C. Come to there. Take this. Say goodbye. Let's try that. That may not be the best spot for it, mind you. Oh boy. Okay, let's not do that. Let's Shift Alt and click. Alright, well. Let's do that one first. Okay, I want to screw around with this, so I'm going to select these and Control plus X faces, and I'm going to look around and see if there's any stray faces there. There ain't no stray faces, so let's select these again. I like that better. Let's extrude in a ways. Just leave it like that. Come around again. Selection is going better. You get this friggin' thing under control. That's better. See the shadow or the light? I'm just gonna press F to make a face there. Yeah, looks better. Okay. Alt H? No. Slash D. Now, let's work on this stuff now. I was thinking I would just scale this a little bit. It doesn't scale evenly, so there. And in the X, just have that there. Not there though. Such small movements are not going to matter at all. And there's even nothing I need to do with this, to be honest, from such a distance away. But anyways, we'll do it. There is some stuff I'm missing on these, so okay. At any rate, that's okay. Let's focus just on those. Come on in here and say, why do I have these backs on here? Number one. And number two, why don't I have a bevel on there? That will help. There. We do have shade smooth on. Okay, bring that stuff back. Push that one in. It is a little bit hard to see with this black color. Just wanted to recess just a little bit. All right, and finally, let's make some kind of thing where, you know, you'd put a key. I'm just going to steal a bit of this circle. And look, just this face. Shift-D, bring it down and over. P to break it out. Take that, get rid of the mirror that was on there. Oh, get rid of whatever I want. And just put it somewhere, like there. Zoom in on that. Okay, extrude this back. Take the whole thing. I guess I'm making another hole, am I? You know what? For the sake of time, let's not. Let's just bevel that, shade it smooth, and say it is done. You know, for the effort it takes, and then I can just move it anywhere I want. It's not going to matter. Let's make sure that I've got everything in there. I don't. So let's move these to phone. I'm not sure I like that. Oh well. It's staying for now. So that's what I've got. Let's look and see if anything's obviously facing the wrong way. And yeah, some of it is. Recalculate. In fact, with the whole thing saving, to select everything and go in and recalculate. Okay. And sometimes some things don't behave. Yeah. Looks weird missing that piece, but we'll do that in the next video. So that's what we got so far. And it's possible the whole thing needs to be scaled relative to this chair, or maybe make the chair just a little bit smaller. I think I probably will do that as I go along, keep adjusting the scale. All right, so anyhow, we have lockers and we have most of a phone. So thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.